What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we're gonna be looking at a video from brother Jeremy Hill, and I want to sit here and say this, gentlemen. This is what you have to look out for when you come across women like this, because what's about to be proven is something that's quite a failure among women, and a lot of women don't realize this. But I want you to take a look at what brother Jeremy Hill is about to review, because quite frankly, this lady crazy. But let's get on it.
Easily triggered, leave now, because this is not the show for you. Now, I'm going to show you in this reaction video a woman who has the nature of a serpent, in my most humble opinion, because she finna try to make it seem like that she agree with all the men out there. She's going to tell you, I agree with the men, women are delusional, and that women's standards are just too high for us. That's how she going to start, right? But you gotta pay close attention to what she's about to say after that. Boy, these women are slick, man. Slicker than a can of motor oil. Now let me go ahead and put on the screen, man. Now, dig this before you dig that. Let's get it.
Whenever men tell women that their standards are too high and that you're delusional, when I heard it back in the day, I used to be like, y'all are just some haters. Y'all are pathetic, and y'all be on some hating shit. Like, women, don't lower your standards. Girl, do not lower your standards. These men are pathetic. They're just being some haters. Initially, that was my thought. But now, I honestly unfortunately, I have to agree with the men. Women are delusional, and our standards are too high. Now, let me just go with me for a second, right? I used to believe it was on some hating shit. And I remember when Steve Harvey had his show, he was telling women, your standards are too high. You're gonna, end up alone because no man is gonna want to meet those standards, especially when they can get it from a woman with no standards. Like, the lower hanging fruit is easier to obtain, so they're not gonna jump through all these hoops to be with you and meet your standards. And so I'm like, nah, that's just some guys, nah, that's some hating shit. But here's the thing. Most women are delusional, and our standards are too high. Now, I'm not saying to lower your standards. I would never tell you to do that. I want women to understand what this really is, okay? So we all know, for the most part, that women were lied to about what and who men really were, right? We were lied to about that. We thought they were going to be these protectors and these providers, and they were going to protect us from harm, and, harm being other men, because, I mean, what, a charging wildebeest is going to come after us, and the man is going to, use his machete and, protect,
Here we go. Here we go, man. I'm going to tell you something, man. This woman is a damn fool, in my most humble opinion, man. Anything they can think of to belittle the value of a man, anything, they're going to believe in it. They're going to justify it. They're going to promote it. Anything to tear a man down. Pay attention to what she's saying.
I'm gonna say this: a woman that speaks with anger and tries to down men when they're the very ones still asking us for the very same protections. I believe you shouldn't come from there for their rescue. If you're sitting there bashing, trashing, and shitting on men the whole entire time, when it comes time for you to need help or rescue or anything, call your female best friend or Shira7 offline and see how that turns out.
She's saying that women have been lied to by men against the patriarchy, have been lying to women about who we really are, as if you don't need men. You see, we got to get back to the old fashioned days, man. All right. I'm not talking about being domestically violent to a woman. I'm talking about putting women back in their places because they are out of pocket, man. And I know women who watch me, man, that like what I said. I don't care, man. A lot of these women are out of pocket, man. We have made this civilization so comfortable for you that you can totally feel that you can disrespect every man, or you feel that you can compare every good man to every bad man, to every bad experience that you have had with men. We all got to carry the burden of your last relationships. She's in a truck. She's a truck driver. It took men to put her in that position. And I'm against some of that anyway. I believe there's certain jobs that women should not work. I know you don't like it, but I don't care. I think women should not have these extremely masculine jobs, man. They shouldn't have them. They need to be in a place where they can live in their femininity at work, where they can be gentle and soft, not where they have to unload and put stuff up. When I was in the military, when we went to war, you know, the men went out there. I didn't see none of these so-called women who want these masculine jobs out there on the front line. Now, I'm not saying that they're not out there, but if they're in a tank or anything like that, they are surrounded by men. If they're in the trenches, if they ever get that far, they're surrounded by men. You never see women just out there. All right? We need to get back to gender roles. And being a masculine man, being the head of household, does not mean that I am a slave driver. The world functioned better back in the day when men was running the household. Look at the data. Let's keep going, man. I'm sorry about that little rant.
Typically, your number one predator as a woman is going to be a man. So you're going to protect us from other men, and you're going to be a good father, and you're going to be faithful, and you're going to be all these things. And men were never that. They were propped up by the patriarchy to pretend that they were those things.
That sounds like some shit that Princella said. And let me explain to you why. Because she said, and listen to it again. I'm going to play it again. Listen to this again.
And you're going to be a good father, and you're going to be faithful, and you're going to be all these things. And men were never that. They were propped up by the patriarchy to pretend.
That's the same shit that Princella said. Men were basically forced themselves into the position that they're in now because of patriarchy. That's the same shit that Princella said. But what she don't realize is that same bullshit that Princella said, what happened to Princella a couple months ago? She got exposed by her girlfriend as being abusive. Now, this woman is using that same language that Princella used, and just trying to basically paint men to be this oh so much bad guy. But she's asking for these very same men to protect her ass when something happens too. Like I said, ask these women when they need help. Tell them to call their friends. Tell them to call their best damn friend. Exactly why I said that.
Pretend that they were those things. And when men tell us that we're delusional and our standards are too high, the secret is, it's not that they don't want to meet those standards. It's that they can't. The average man is completely incapable of meeting those standards.
If the average man, okay, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. If the average man is completely incapable of reaching your standards, the average man, that means that you need to take a look at your standards. Because you can have standards. I ain't saying not to have standards. Yes, your standards should be not to get pregnant by Pookie, Ray Ray, Nut Nug, and everything under the net. That should be your standard. You don't want no baby daddies. You don't want no damn Pookie with a damn criminal record. Although most of y'all will accept Pookie with a criminal record, voluntarily accept him, I should say. But as far as standards, that's bullshit. Let the nigga have a fucking 13-inch dick. Oh, y'all hopping on that motherfucker quick, fast, in a hurry. You gonna hop on that damn meat salami real quick, and you ain't gonna know what to damn do. You gonna have fun jumping on that motherfucker like a pogo stick. Stop.
It's almost like expecting a 1-year-old to know how to do calculus in pre.
You see how she's insulting your intelligence? She said to you, excuse me, that we don't have the capability to meet their standards. They don't have the capability, the capacity to meet their own standards either. Women who are a part of the LGBTQIA community, they have hell with the women in their relationships, man. Did you know that? And one thing I got to say to you women who have all these high standards that a man must meet, everything you wrote down on your little paper where it comes down, this is the criteria, these are the standards that a man must meet, become those standards yourself first. Everything that's on your paper, you become those things first. And then you'll get to see how difficult it is for you to live up to your own standards. I want a man that's over 6 feet tall. I want a man that keeps himself in shape. I want a man who don't have children. I want a man who makes 6 figures. And here it is, you overweight, ain't got 1 6-pack bone on you, no muscles on you. You got 2 or 3 kids. You make under $40,000 a year. So these standards that you have, become those standards first yourself.
The thing is, this women don't want to become those standards. They want to set the goal, but they want you to meet the standard. Meanwhile, they could be looking like Rasputin from Norbit, but they want you to accept all their flaws. But the moment that you don't do something that they like, oh, they gonna damn turn you away and send you back to the damn streets. You can never. Thing is, and I'm sorry to say it like this, you can't really trust what these women say. You really can't. Because they'll say one thing, but they'll do another, as they always do. But still, the fact of the matter is this. They will say and do anything but what they're supposed to do.
Then you can understand where men are coming from.
Incapable of meeting those standards. It's almost like expecting a 1-year-old to know how to do calculus in pre-algebra or whatever, right? They don't have the mental faculties to do it. And most men, even if they tried to reach those standards, they will fail miserably. Now, in the famous words of Princella, reach those standards, they will fail miserably. Now, in the famous words of Princella,
did not say that she listens to Princella. Did not. How the fuck did I call it? Did not say she listened to Princella. That's exactly why I said that. Every word she just said just proved my damn point. Princella. And that sneaky, sloppy ass slush box of a woman, she needs to be stopped too. Because everything she's saying, this woman is basically spewing out into the ethosphere. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. Princella don't even know what the hell she's talking about. Princella will lie to these women, and these women are taking what Princella is saying as the gospel and literally getting led to the slaughterhouse like they did with Shira 7, with all these other women. And what I'm trying to figure out is this. Don't these women realize that these women are only basically preaching this shit to them just so they can get a bag? Don't these women realize that these women are only preaching this shit because they want to get a bag? Ain't no fucking way.
The patriarchy, aka the wheelchair ramp that they gave men,
Wow.
basically gave them a head start. And women, not only did we catch up to men, we surpassed them. And right now in 2024, we're surpassing them like a motherfucker. And they're
How are y'all?
Y'all passing us to the damn unemployment office. Stop it. Yeah, you're right. Y'all are surpassing us to the unemployment office. Because ain't no damn body looking for y'all to hire. Especially you raggedy motherfuckers. They can get a male truck driver quicker than they can find another female truck driver. I can bet you that.
Passing us up when you still call us for help, when you still complain about not being able to find a good one. How are y'all passing us up? If this world right now, you see what happened when we had the pandemic where everybody was panicking, hurting people and stuff like that. When you take away these modernized conveniences, technology, and you totally turn the system upside down where there's no order, there is no woman out here alive that can survive on her own. I don't care if you get, you know how to take guns and shoot them and all this other stuff. You won't survive. You wouldn't survive a year. If men wanted your stuff, there's nothing you could do about it. You might be able to pop a few shots off on one, but in mass, you all will bow down, be taken down, abused in ways that you wouldn't want to think of. I'm just being honest with you. And you see this type of thing that I'm talking about in other third world countries where they do that, where the women can't do nothing. They can try to do whatever, but against the men, they won't survive. See, y'all are extremely delusional. You are so protected by men that you feel that you could protect yourselves from men. And you can't. You can't.
Let's talk about that for a minute, okay? Men versus women in a situation that requires different tactics. A lot of women will shut down because they get in their emotions. Their emotions take over and they can't think. They can't think. Like, put a woman into a scenario where her house is getting let's just say her house is getting not let's not put house. Like, when a woman gets into an accident, her first thought is to cry, or she gets scared. She gets in emotions and she starts crying and starts figuring out, is everybody okay? Her first thought is to go find out what's going on, and she gets emotional. Whereas men, we're like, okay, shit, let me call this in. We don't get locked into our emotions. That's what a lot of women don't realize. The way that men and women handle things is completely different.
This is sad. And she said Priscilla, that's one of them feminist women that don't believe that women should be with men, and she's gay. Yeah, she is. You can look her up. And she always tell women why you don't need men. Makes you wonder what her agenda is, huh? And I don't care if you hear me. If you find out about me, bring yourself to the show. I meant everything I said. Let's keep going.
They're crashing out because back then all they needed to have was a job, to get a wife and to get kids, and that was it. Now women are requiring men to be a good person, be faithful, be loyal, be all these things, a great father, all that stuff, right? And most of them can't. It's not that they don't want to. They fucking can't. They don't have the mental faculties to do it.
Wow.
That is why our standards are too high, because
You can say that about women, because a lot of women, they don't know how to keep their legs closed. A lot of women will go out here and cheat with other men. And when you find out about it, oh, you pissed. Y'all get mad about men going out there and looking at another woman. Y'all get so mad to the point where y'all end up either crashing out, messing up his stuff, or y'all will doggone raise hell about it. Y'all don't know how to keep y'all emotions under control. And the problem is, when it comes down to it in the reality situation, like I said before, y'all thrive in your emotions. Y'all don't thrive on logic. And that's the truth. But
we're expecting this macho superior being to be that, when really they're the ones that are inferior. And I'm saying the vast majority of them.
Yeah, we're gonna just stop looking at this because I'm about to get mad in a little bit. Everything that she said in this video is the problem with black relationships now. She's crazy. And the thing is, a lot of women think like that, but if you really set them down and you take their phone away and actually put them into a scenario where they have to actually defend themselves, the first thing they're going to do is start looking for a man. And I can bet money on that. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, and Spotify.com. I will catch you guys on the flip side, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.